So now we'll proceed to questions. Each member will have 5 minutes to question the witnesses. I'll first begin by recognizing myself. Ms. Boyer, in addition to your testimony today, you sent a compelling letter to the committee, when the committee reauthorized the DBE program in H.R. 2 earlier this year. I ask unanimous consent to put this record in the letter without objection. You detailed experiences there with discrimination throughout your career, and you said it was only because of the DBE program you were able to start your business, grow your business in the face of that discrimination. And one quote was, "Even though I've been in business for 14 years, won several statewide awards for my engineering, I still cannot compete with established engineering firms owned, managed by white males. I have participated in many equity surveys, discussions, and the question always comes up about the need for this program to continue. I can testify that without this program, the work I get on federal and state infrastructure projects would cease. The only reason other firms team with me is because I'm a certified DBE firm first, and then because I do excellent work. I'm not their buddy. I don't look like them." That's pretty compelling, Ms. Boyer. You stand by that quote?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty sad. Ms. Williams, would you agree with Ms. Boyer's assessments in these matters?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, that really underlines why we're here today, why we're reauthorizing the program, and also looking at ways to make the program work better. Dr. Wainwright, when you, at the end of your testimony, you mentioned the private sector study versus the public sector with the DBE program. Can you give us a rough quantified comparison of, in any way, in brief? I know that you go into it in more depth in your study, but Dr. Wainwright, still there? Yeah, I see over there. You need to unmute.
Yeah, I'm not sure I fully understand the question. Can
well,
you,
I mean, you concluded, the private sector versus public sector, and you're doing these comparative studies. I mean, in aggregate, is there any way, can we say, it's a small percentage of the work overall in the public programs. What percent is it where the public programs with DBE aren't? How much smaller is that?
Oh, sure. I think I understand now. Sorry.
Yeah.
The public sector as a share of the overall economy is maybe 20%. So the DBE program and programs like it throughout the country are, to some degree, a finger in the dike. You don't see these programs very much at all in the private sector. So you've got the DBE program and programs like it trying on their own largely to remedy discrimination and remediate discrimination with only 20% of the economic activity to work with. The other 80% remains practically untouched.
Great. That's what I was looking for. I didn't know what the comparison was. So 20/80, and then we get a fraction of the 20. So
That's cool.
Thanks. Anybody else? I've got about a minute left. Anybody else want to expand on their remarks for about a minute? Okay. Not hearing anybody. Go ahead.
I would.
Sure.
I would just like to, this is Mary Lairdall again. I would just like to reiterate the importance of waivers and the effect that they have on hurting DBE firms, that while they may have enjoyed some success within the DBE group, they are still far from being ready to be kicked out or graduated from the program. I think also that in our state of Washington, the waiver that was enacted to exclude white women actually really separated the DBE community and actually pit one group against the other, which of course, it's the last thing that we need. We want to bring DBE communities together. And there, just by the numbers of statistics, there will always be one group that's going to do better in any particular data segment than another. But overall, the DBE community still is just getting pennies of the federal highway dollars. So I would like to submit that the committee consider that waivers should never be enacted against one group or another. They're very destructive, and they're not necessary. In our state of Washington, because we are covered by the Ninth Circuit District of the court decisions, I realize that the state of Washington had the opportunity to ask for a waiver, but it was not required that they seek a waiver. And that's an important distinction that I hope that the committee would perhaps consider writing into the reenactment, that never again that waivers would waiver out one group of the DBE community than the other. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for that observation.